Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Sarah Drake.
And I'm Justin Walker. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics.
Wednesday, the Trojan football team looked to keep the belt in Trojan territory as they geared up against in-state rival South Alabama. However, things didn't go as planned. The Trojan football team hosted South Alabama Wednesday night in Veterans Memorial Stadium for the battle for the belt, but the game did not end in Troy's favor. The Jags won 19-8, and head coach Neil Brown says that this was not a hangover game.
It's been, I don't know how many days, 10 days, 11 days since we played, so I think that would be a discredit to South Alabama, to say that we weren't ready to play. They outplayed us. I mean, they outcoached us, outplayed us.
And in a game that saw Troy commit 4 turnovers, Brown takes full responsibility for this disappointing loss.
Kept us all off balance in all phases, and really controlled the game. They were in control of the game from the get-go, from our first turnover on. They outplayed us, outcoached us. Our guys were not ready to go tonight. And that's on me. That's disappointing.
And wide receiver Emmanuel Thompson explains why he thinks Troy lost.
First and foremost, they came, prepared. They seemed like the hungrier team tonight. They seemed like they wanted it more, and we just didn't get the job done. We didn't make the plays that needed to be made when they needed to be made, so it kind of bit us.
Thompson also talked about what the team has to do in practice this week in order to be successful next week against Georgia State.
We just have to prepare better. We have to take it upon ourselves to just go into the week with the mindset of we're going to put together a complete game. And we're going to approach next week with the mindset of, hey, we didn't get it done last week. Let's get it done this week and play a complete game.
Up next, the Trojans will travel to Atlanta as they take on the Georgia State Panthers for their third conference matchup of the season.
And while the Trojan fans were eager for Wednesday's matchup against conference rival South Alabama, on Tuesday, they got their first look at this year's men's and women's basketball teams during Trojan Madness. Janae Jordan has the highlights.
It's almost time for the men's and women's basketball season to start. So to kick things off, on Tuesday night, the fans came out to Trojan Arena for Trojan Madness.
I was so excited because I love yelling and cheering for Troy football and basketball, and I had a great time and it felt amazing, and I probably won't have a voice tomorrow, but it's totally worth it.
Some students talked about how this is their first time ever experiencing Trojan Madness, and they are looking forward to cheering on the Trojans basketball team this up-and-coming season.
It was awesome. It's actually my first time experiencing this, and I totally loved it, and I'm so excited for next year's.
I'm so ready. I've never experienced anything like this.
Trojan Madness included games such as the three-point shootout, dunk contest, and family feud, Trojan style, to keep the energy up and the fans cheering.
It was very exciting. I felt like it was a lot of support, from the sororities and the fans. I know it was going to be a lot of support because, like I said, we just beat LSU. So I knew that a lot of people would come out after the pep rally, and I just hope that we can see those same people that was in the seats tonight in the games too.
After the men's and women's basketball team both won the Sun Belt Conference tournament last season, the Trojans are looking forward to a great season. Janae Jordan, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Both teams will be in action on November 1st for their exhibition games. The women will face off against AUM at 5:15 p.m. and the men will take on Georgia Southwestern State at 7:30 p.m. Both games will take place in Trojan Arena.
The Trojan volleyball team played 2 matches against in-state rival South Alabama, one in Mobile and the other at home in Trojan Arena. In the Wednesday night game in the Jag Gym, South Alabama beat the Trojans in straight sets, earning the 3-0 victory and remaining perfect in the Sun Belt Conference. Trojans Savannah Moore and Belle Waldrop led the Trojans, each posting 8 kills. Kiara Barrett posted a career-high 19 digs. The Trojans finished with 33 kills but committed 19 errors during the match. And then the Trojans looked to improve on those stats as they welcomed the Jags to Trojan Arena. The Trojans started off the match looking for redemption and won the first set 29-27, but the momentum swung in the other direction as South Alabama hung tough to win the final 3 sets and earned a 3-1 win. Sophomore Jenny Young led the Trojans with 17 kills. Troy scored 2 more total points over the Jags, but with the loss, Troy falls to 1-5 in the Sun Belt Conference.
It was the battle of the Trojans Friday night at the Troy Soccer Complex. Despite being down a player for the final 30 minutes of that game, the Trojans held on to earn a 1-0 victory Over Little Rock at the Troy Soccer Complex on Friday, Nicole Straw was handed her second yellow card with 30 minutes remaining in the contest, forcing the Trojans to finish out the game with 10 players. Even with a disadvantage though, Troy allowed just one shot on goal. Julia Winter scored her team-leading 5th goal of the season to lead the Trojans to their 3rd win in Sunbelt Conference play.
The men's tennis team returned home from Macon, Georgia Sunday as they concluded the Mercer Gridiron Classic. But now they are heading back on the road Friday as they travel to Louisville to compete in the ITA Louisville Fall Invitational. The last action we saw from the Trojans was not the best as they were only able to win 2 out of the 9 singles matches that afternoon. Sophomore Shaw's Pirani and senior Andy Lau won their round of 16, but both fell in their quarterfinal matches.
And staying in tennis, the women also got in on some of the action at the Mercer Gridiron Classic. The Trojans had an outstanding performance as they came out first in every match that they played in. And after seniors Efrolia Herlina and Juan Hugh both won their semifinal matches, the two were paired against each other. After a tough match between the ladies, Hugh pulled away the victory, becoming the main draw B winner, scoring 6-4 in the first match and 7-5 in the second. And after their match, the two became a duo for a doubles match against Georgia Southern and took home the first place trophy for the main draw A flight. The Trojans will get a break as they will not play again until October 19th when they travel to Auburn for the Intercollegiate Tennis Association.
And swinging right over to golf, where the men's golf team completed day 2 of the FAMC Intercollegiate at the Grove in College Grove, Tennessee on Tuesday. Tuesday's round was the 5th best of the day overall and 23 shots better than their opening round total. Freshman Ike Alexander jumped 13 spots up the leaderboard, tying for 16th place after shooting 3 straight birdies, a shot to 4 under and wrapping up with a birdie on the 7. The Trojans wrapped up play at the Intercollegiate at the Grove yesterday. They get time to recover as they will not play again until October 28th when they travel to Loxie for the Steelwood Intercollegiate. And still to come on Troy Trojan Vision Sports, we'll have a preview of the Trojan soccer team's matchup against Sunbelt foe Georgia Southern.
But first, Sarah Drake sits down with Trojan women's basketball player Armani Upshaw. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.